What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Florida Prison Talk. And make sure you guys go check out DOC TV 813, his YouTube page, man. He speaks about his time in the Florida Department of Corrections. He does a lot of interviews with people that have been through JIT camp. Overall, great guy. His name is Josh, DOC TV 813. Before we get started, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button, man. We're going to be talking about the infamous Griselda Blanco, the cocaine godmother. You guys heard about the cocaine Cowboys. I'm pretty sure everybody knows about Griselda Blanco, the cocaine godmother. These gonna be the main characters in this episode today. Griselda Blanco, her hitman Jorge Ayala, and her husband Charles Cosby. She served time in the Florida Department of Corrections, probably did close to 2 decades. That's a prison picture right there. And that's another thing about Florida. I think I told you guys in one of the first 2 videos I've done. Florida gives out so much information. They got her address upon release in Columbia because she got deported back to Columbia, where she ended up getting killed at a butcher shop. But this is Griselda Blanco. She born in 1943. She got killed in 2012. After she served her prison sentence in Florida, she got deported back to Columbia in 2004. Then she got killed in 2012 by 2 gunmen on a motorcycle. I don't know if it was from the past thing she did, but they say even at the time of her death, she was worth $2 billion. And a lot of these pictures you guys are gonna be seeing, this is gonna be part one of this one. It's too long to do it all in one video. A lot of these pictures you guys are gonna be seeing are pictures taken in the visiting room or on visits period in Florida, the prison she was locked up in. She was locked up in federal prison in Marianna, Florida, and then she was locked up in a state prison down at Homestead and Lowell. And it's what do you guys see as far as the significance go in these pictures? These prison pictures, you're gonna see something significant about all these prison pictures. That one is taken in prison. And she was like they said she was a prostitute at age 13. And she was one of the most richest and most dangerous women in the world. And at one point was the most powerful drug kingpin in the world. Check out this stat right here I'm about to give you guys. She became the first ever billionaire female criminal. She was making $80 million a month and became one of the deadliest women of all time. That's her son right there, Michael Corleone. He ended up going to prison also. All of her kids, she taught them how to sell drugs. Like I said, she was down in Miami during the 80s and the late 70s and stuff, where it was people was getting killed left and right in Miami. Yes, they had skyscrapers, they had the beaches and everything, but people was getting killed every single day over cocaine. That's where the cocaine Cowboys, she was part of that era down in Miami. She trained all 3 of her kids about the game of drugs, how to sell drugs, how to bag it up, and everything. She had like 4 kids, I think, total. All the kids learned the game. This is the crazy part about it. All of her kids have done time. All of her kids done time in the United States. They all served prison sentences. Her kids was in New York selling dope. They was in California. She taught them everything. But what's so crazy is after her kids did their prison sentence in the United States, they ended up getting deported to Colombia, and all 3 of them got killed. All 3 of her kids got killed when they got deported back to Colombia. This girl had hits on her whole family. I'm surprised that when she got deported back to Colombia in 2004, I'm surprised that it took 8 more years to kill her. This is how I know that she had a lot of money. That right there is her hitman, Jorge Ayala. He is still locked up to this day in the Florida Department of Corrections. He's trying to get it. He's been there like 25, 30 years. He's trying to get his sentence reduced right now. He's actually at RMC, Reception and Medical Center, which is Lake Butler, because he's sick. You can look at his face in his prison picture. You could tell he's sick. He's done an interview also. If you guys look it up online, he's done a long interview about the godmother when he was a younger inmate. He looks way different, and he's been locked up for a long time. He's trying to get a reduced sentence. He testified against her and still got a life sentence. It's weird. That's him right there. He's trying to plead his case, I think, down in Dade County Court. So he was in the county jail pleading his case before he went back up to the state prison. But yeah, all of her kids got killed when they went back to Columbia. And check this out. She killed 3 of her husbands. One of her husbands she accused of skimming millions off the top. Another one of her husbands she killed him for trying to take custody of her son. And she killed another husband for something else. This lady was really crazy. And when she killed the other husband that tried to take her son Michael Corleone, which is right here in this picture, the cops killed him for her. She hired them. That's also in the prison visiting room. You see the significance? This lady was able to wear everything she wanted to wear. Like, look how nice she look in these prison pictures. She's wearing whatever she want to wear in these pictures. He got his gold on. They just sitting there having a good old time. She had a lot of pull. They would have sex in the visiting room. They would have sex behind the vending machines. She had it made inside their prison system. I mean, she did 20 years. Look how nice she looks in the picture. But you can see how dark her eyes are, though. Blanco was involved in the drug-related violence known as the Miami Drug War, or the Cocaine Cowboy Wars, that plagued Miami in the late 1970s and early 1980s. This was a time when cocaine was trafficked more than marijuana. It was the lawless and corrupt atmosphere primarily created by Blanco's operations that led to the gangsters being dubbed the Cocaine Cowboys and their violent way of doing business as the Miami Drug Wars. This lady is so deep in the drugs that she named her son Michael Corleone after the character in The Godfather, Al Pacino. She named him after like gangsters and stuff. You know, this lady, that right there is Alfredo and Griselda Renzo. They both owed her money. They were just as a drug dealing couple. They owed her money, and she had them both killed. And that's Jorge Ayala in a younger picture. The lady was really crazy. I'm gonna do like 3 or 4 parts to this. And, yep. On the night of September 3rd, 2012, Blanco died after being shot twice. Once in the head and once in the shoulder by a motorcyclist in Medellin, Columbia. She was shot at Cardizo Butcher Shop on the corner of 29th Street after having bought $150 worth of meat. Oh, that's crazy. Her second husband was Alberto Bravo. In 1975, Blanco confronted Bob Bravo, who was also her business partner, in a Bogota nightclub parking lot about millions of dollars missing of profits. She pulled out a pistol. He pulled out a Uzi. So he was a gangster too. And they had a gun battle. And guess what happened after the gun battle? Her husband and 6 bodyguards laid dead. And she only suffered a minor gunshot wound to the stomach. And she recovered and soon after moved to Miami, where her body count and reputation for ruthlessness continued to climb. Blanco had her youngest son, Michael Corleone, with a third husband, Dario Sepulveda. Sepulveda left her in 1983, returned to Colombia, and kidnapped Michael. Remember I told you that she killed him. Check this out, though. Check this out. Michael Corleone's father and older siblings were all killed before he even reached adulthood. His mother was in prison for most of his childhood and teenage years, which is Griselda Blanco. She was locked up for a lot of his years. I got a lot more to go, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in. This is just part 1 of the Griselda Blanco, the Godmother. And I'm going to talk about Charles Cosby and the rest of her sons. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Florida Prison Talk.